A couple was staying in a hotel in Waikiki, attending a convention at a ballroom inside the hotel. They got dressed up, took the elevator downstairs to the lobby, went to the front desk clerk for directions. He gave it to them. And they followed the directions, or at least they thought, but for some reason, they kept ending up on Kalakaua Avenue, the main thoroughfare in Waikiki. This went on for a couple of hours. They kept going back to the same front desk clerk, kept asking for the same directions, and kept getting lost, ending up on Kalakaua Avenue. By that point, they're already arguing, they're bickering, they've decided to give it up. They take the elevator to their room on the 11th floor. As they're coming out of the elevator and they're walking down the hallway to their room, they said approaching them is a very tall, very elegant, young Hawaiian girl, very beautiful, dressed in a white period costume. She approaches them as they're arguing. She says, "Oh, what's wrong?" And they tell her, "Convention downstairs in the hotel ballroom, but they can't find it. They keep getting lost." And she says, "I know the one. I can take you there." And cryptically she says, "Besides, people like yourselves, so far away from Denver, Colorado, should not be lost in Waikiki at this hour. It might be dangerous." She's in the elevator with them, comes down to the lobby. They follow her across the lobby and she leads them to the escalator. And she says, "The place you're looking for is up there." They're astounded because at the top of the escalator are the banners, the signs announcing the convention. The husband looks at the young Hawaiian girl and says, "You know, you've been very helpful. What's your name, by the way?" And she says, "I'm Victoria." He says it only took him a second to turn around, to reach into his pocket, to take out his wallet, to remove a $50 bill to give her a tip. And she was gone. They went to the convention. They had a great time. They said the following evening, they're now leaving the hotel to go to the hotel lobby, to the garage, to the rent-a-car, to come on my ghost tour. But they stop at the front desk. And they say to the clerk, "Remember us from that last night? We're sorry about the directions and everything, but we actually got some help. Somebody helped us find the place we're supposed to go to. It was a young Hawaiian girl. She was dressed in, some sort of period costume. I think she's with the luau show." The young man says, "Oh, what was her name?" The husband thinks for a second. He says, "Victoria." And now the front desk clerk is looking through the hotel registry. And he says, "I'm sorry, the only Victoria we have is a 60-year-old Filipino woman. Nothing like the one you described." So they leave the lobby, they're heading to the garage, and suddenly the wife grabs the husband by the arm and drags him back. Now they're both standing in front of this portrait on the wall. And the wife says, "Isn't that the girl that helped us last night?" Husband says, "Yeah, that is her. Well, she must be employee of the month." And so they march back to the front desk. They get in the front desk clerk's face, and they say, "Hey, is something wrong? I mean, is this a joke?" And he says, "I don't understand." They say, "Follow us." He follows them back across the lobby to the portrait of the girl, and they say, "That's the person who helped us last night, that girl." And the front desk clerk looks at the portrait, looks at the couple, looks at the portrait again, looks back at the couple, and says, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yeah, that's her." Before he walks away, he points to the plaque beneath the portrait and says, "Read that." As they peer closer and they're reading the plaque, the name engraved on it says Princess Victoria Ka'iulani. Now they're telling me this story the following night on my ghost tour. And I say to them, there's two things about this story of yours. Number one, how did this girl know that the two of you were from Denver, Colorado? Number two, when you saw her last night, the date was March 6th, 1999. Princess Ka'iulani passed away March 6th, 1899. The hotel you're staying at is the Princess Ka'iulani Hotel. True story.